Hello, dark beauties, and welcome to the Enchanted Rose Tarot. I'm your reader, Angela, and thank you so much for being here. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the mystic meanderings before the reading begins. If you would like to go ahead and skip right to the reading, the timestamp will be in the description box below. For those who like to stay for the mystic meanderings, I appreciate you so much. So, a little bit about this spread today. I was having a lot of fun. I've been feeling in a very inventive, fun, Aquarian-like mood, and I'm like, let's just run with it. So I have this idea. It was inspired by the Midnight City Tarot. As you know, it's the deck that I use the most for community and collective readings. It's actually the deck that I use exclusively right now. I do like other decks. I don't know, there's something about this deck that I haven't let go. So if we're doing a deep dive into one exclusive tarot deck and getting familiar, this is it. However, I was inspired by the strength card in this deck. It's such a beautiful card with the theme, and it showcases the New York City Public Library. It showcases the Golden Lion. It's a vibe. And I'm speaking in very millennial terms right now. Please forgive me, my past ancient self. Please forgive me for those who are listening. I mean, no offense to millennials. It's different for me to speak this way, yeah? So I was inspired by that card, and I like it. I like it a lot. It got me thinking. I was like, oh yeah, let me come up with like this spread all about the library, and pairing it with one of my other favorite things, which is paranormal romance. I was like, what if it's a meet cute? What if it's this whole thing of like, meet me at the library? What? So that's what it is. Honestly, there are so many cool things that happen at the library. So if you needed a sign to visit your public library or your personal at-home library, please do. No better sign than now, right? So this is meant to be a playful reading, a playful spread. However, if it contains secret mystic insight for your information, then that is a bonus. Or just part of the beauty of duality. So without further ado, let's get into the reading outline. So if you made it to this part, we'll go ahead and get into the reading outline. This spread is Meet Me at the Library. The first card in this spread is, what is the mystery? I need to know. The second card is, in this meet cute at the library, what, dear Querent, are you reading? The third card is, you met this mysterious stranger. Or perhaps it's someone mysterious that you already know. What are they reading? The fourth card in this spread is, what is the nature of the story you're reading together? What is the nature of the story of you and this mystery person? And the fifth card in this spread is the final checkout. So what happens next? Based on everything that we learned prior, what is kind of where we leave off? Do we check them out and go off from the library with them? Or does this mysterious stranger stay behind and you go on about your separate ways? Perhaps meeting in another space and time, or maybe perhaps querents, going on your own adventurous journeys, parallel journeys. So without further ado, take a deep breath in if that feels good to you right now. Ground and center. Come into this time and space. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get into it. This is an intuitive read-along with the Midnight City Tarot deck if you would like to join. And the first card is, what is the mystery I need to know? And we are pulling the minor arcana of the Two of Wands. Absolutely love this. So it's a minor mystery, a day-to-day mystery. It is, again, in the suit of fire, and it is spiritual journey. Like, you went to the library, and it is a spiritual mystery you are uncovering. It is the Two of Wands, and this card is, personally for me, so beautiful. It is also difficult for me to read for others. However, it is a potential from the guidebook, an envisioning of your goals and planning your next steps. There's an opportunity here and a good time for future envisioning. There is excitement, there is possibility. The journey is just beginning, the first seeds, and this is all you. And it is whatever it is that you need. And this is the beginning of the mystery at this library. So on this storytelling journey, what Dear Querent are you reading at the library? Ooh, the Queen of Coins. Whatever you are reading, it is business, it is practical, it is about the earth dynamic, and you are getting busy because no one is stopping you with this abundant energy, and it's giving energy too. Very giving energy. And I think a lot about that when it comes to business. One of the I don't know if this was advice or just something that just makes sense. Maybe it's not even about it making like sense, but just something that comes up for me when I think about this. Business is about generosity. At the truth and at the heart of it, it's just about generosity. And I think here that is very well depicted in the Queen of Coins. This apothecary is fully stocked. This queen is ready to serve. When it comes to any of the earth signs, with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they're busy about being well adjusted to this earthly plane and existence, and well adjusted in a material sense and not in a materialistic sense. Do you get that difference? In a material sense, like I have all of my things in order. There is nothing that is necessarily denied to me because I have built the foundation for me to thrive. Taurus is about the day and the present moment. Virgo is about the day-to-day application. And Capricorn is about putting in the grind day-to-day for that long-term vision. So wherever you are, this is what you're reading. And so the next question is, what is your mysterious person reading? What's in their mind? What are they doing? What are they saying? Oh my gosh. This person's mind is quite busy because a whole pile jumped out. Now, we may not go into this whole pile. Well, I misspoke. We'll correct that. I'm only going to read one card. Ooh. And it's the High Priestess. Looks like this mysterious person is all up in the mystery. High Priestess reminds me of water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This High Priestess is above it all and very, very lunar. It's night, it's the stars, it's the moon. Whatever your person is reading, they are almost like in the starry heavens. It is otherworldly. It is perhaps not even just otherworldly, because think about it, that sky and the night sky and these stars, that also brings us down to earth. However, they're looking up while the earth, we're looking around. So your mysterious person is looking at the night sky, the stars, and the moon. They're reading about these things creatively, intuitively. I like this. There's almost an inherent balance between you two. Different, yet good. So with this mysterious cutie, what is the nature of your story together at this mysterious meet cute at the library? These cards are taking, this one is taking a little while to come out. Perhaps the nature is just in the moment. We are still waiting. Like 3 came out, but it wasn't like super certain. But so I don't necessarily want to go with it. Kind of want what needs to be known, like of your energies combining forces. So again, like a small pile came out. 5 cards. We're gonna pick the top one. Ooh. 7 of Swords. The nature of your story, and now I can understand why 5 cards came out, so I guess we'll go with it. The nature of your story is almost at the beginning of mental deception, of a Page of Cups and shadow, of conflict in the streets, of what it means to have the world in your hands. And what it means to be on a fast track chariot. These perhaps are deep urban mysteries and lessons that are being applied to your relationship. So for those who are reading along, that's the 7 of Swords, the Page of Cups in reverse, the 5 of Wands, the World card, and the Chariot in reverse. If it is mental deception, we're looking at Gemini, Libra, Aquarian-like energy in their powers. If we're looking at the Page of Cups in reverse, it's almost like the shadow aspect of a young, almost like a youthful vibe of emotionality. Conflict, the world, and again, that fast track with that Cancerian energy. With the world, we have the fixed signs in all elements. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. And I'll stay true with what was read before. Because I think the next card will fill out the rest of the reading to give a conclusive story. So the final checkout. Ooh. The Queen of Swords, and she landed on her side. So if we're looking at directions, that would be east and new beginnings. And almost in those ways, it's almost like a new beginning is needed. However, what I love is the development of this expression of this queen. And it's almost as if through the nature of the story, the Queen of Swords is the one who comes out and triumphs. And I personally have a lot of respect for the Queen of Swords and what she represents. It's a fierceness, it's a sharpness, it's a mental flexibility as well as fortitude. It is a cut and clear. It is a resilience in regards to an approach of life. Sometimes she has her own kind of softness and overtones, but at the same time, I think she represents a necessity at times that helps one get through. For this particular moment, I would like to look at the guidebook as a review. Yeah, as boundaries. An independent person, the resilient Queen of Swords may have experienced heartbreak or had a tough journey through the swords. However, she represents boundaries. To exhibit, to uphold, and to enforce. What is your relationship to boundaries? Is there a place in your life where you need to practice working on them? And this can go either way, from being disconnected to our emotions, to cutting people out too quickly, to having difficulty asserting them, to having difficulty of knowing actually if you are properly exerting a boundary or just making a request. The keen differences in that. Even for empaths, there is another layered context to how we are approaching and how we need to approach boundaries personally and otherwise. So this final checkout is the birth of a queen who knows her boundaries and how to uphold, enforce, and exhibit them, lead with them, and prosper because of them. Knowing how to wield them and wield them healthily and wield them well. An insight is a double-edged sword. It can be used to hurt, but it also can be used to cut, to heal. It is in how we use our swords that matters most. And I think it was some warrior training I was studying. It was the sword is about peace. At the end of the day, the sword is about peace. And I think with the Five of Wands and the nature of the story prior, and it's in the middle of that five pile of a spread, to end up with the Queen of Swords and that almost feminine peace and boundaries, that yin aspect of peace and boundaries. For feminine is for any gender. It is an energy, an expression. So it can be for anyone, but that execution and that way of being, that is being upheld and almost in a way protected. Because we don't put boundaries because we hate people. Which, if you needed to hear that, please hear it. We don't put boundaries down because we hate people. We put boundaries in place because we love ourselves and respect ourselves enough to also love and respect others in healthy ways. And I think, and we're also showing others how to treat us, how to engage, how to interact with us. I really think it's almost coming down to really, really knowing your worth in a way that cuts through all of the BS, all of the noise. You have a right to be here. You have a right to your rights. There's nothing wrong with you embodying that and being that and boldly taking up space as that. It doesn't necessarily have to be violent. It can just be, and that is everything. All right, so I am going to close the reading here. Bit of a mystic meandering outro. Sometimes I never expect these readings to get so deep, right? I go in like we're going to have a playful reading. It's going to be lighthearted, and then depth ends up following anyway. So we'll see how this is going. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It is my pleasure to have shared this guidance with you. I hope it was helpful to you and your personal growth and your spiritual journey. If you enjoyed my reading and would like to listen to more, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to excite me, comment your sun, moon, or rising in the comment box below. And if you're doing intuitive read-alongs, please let me know, what did you pick up from this reading? What resonated with you? What were some of the signs and symbols that you also saw but perhaps were not mentioned? I would love to hear that feedback. As always, good vibes and financial donations are always deeply appreciated. I am wishing you all the best. Thank you for supporting me with deep love and care. May you be well. May you know you are deeply loved. May you love yourself deeply with more ease. See you in the next video. Blessed be.